Alright everybody, it's Daryl back again. How's that for a swarm? Look at the size of that thing. It is huge. It's on a faucet. Well, we call them hydrants. Freeze-proof hydrants is what we call it. The good thing about this swarm call is I didn't have to go far to get it. It's actually in my yard. This is one of my hives that had swarmed. My wife was actually walking around and found it. So let's see if we can't get them in the box right quick. That's several pounds of bees right there. I'm gonna run to my truck right quick and get some lemongrass oil. I'm gonna sprinkle in this hive, see if we can't get them to march in there. So stick around. I'm just gonna get this baby in the box. Alright, so what I got now right here is some lemongrass oil. You can buy it off the interwebs. Some health food stores carry it. What I got in there is 3 frames of drawn out comb from the house, and if you'll look, they've already started marching in a little bit. So all I'm going to do is sprinkle a little bit of that lemongrass oil right here to them. It's supposed to smell a little bit like a queen pheromone. And what I'm going to do, if I can get them to start marching, I'm going to start looking for the queen. And if I can get her in the clip, I'll just put her in the clip and put her in one of these frames. And just leave them and let them go in there. But that's a pretty good size swarm right there. Now I got to figure out what hive it come out of. Back this up just a little bit. Handful of bees. I stung twice on that one. All that was is because I mashed them. Most of the time when you're dealing with swarms like this, they're not going to be aggressive at all. And like I said, I got stung twice a while ago, and that's because I probably mashed those two up against that piece of wire. But it's a big old swarm right here. Carpenter bee. Some people use cardboard or something like that to scoop bees with. I myself would rather use my hand, just for the very simple fact of the matter is I can tell if I'm crushing bees or not. If you use something else, you can't really tell. And I know most people is not going to scoop bees with their hands just for the simple fact that they're scared of getting stung, but that's the reason why I don't use anything. This one was big enough. I probably should have put it in a 10-frame box, but what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to put the top on this box. Let me get another frame. I'm going to get another frame and put it here, and I'm going to put the top on the box, and we're going to let them march into the box. So stick around. This is a big old swarm. Alrighty, we got to put another frame in the box. Come on, see if I can't zoom in here and see if we can't get them marching. They ain't a very big hole in this little 5-frame nuke, but I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but they are in fact marching into the box. Like I said, there's not a very big hole in there. It ain't but maybe 3/4 of an inch wide, and maybe a 1/2 inch tall. So it's a small hole. There's a lot of bees there to be cramming in that little hole. What I'm doing there is just knocking the bees off of the pole and putting them in front of the box. So hopefully they'll go on in there. All the while still looking for the queen. If I was a betting man, I'd say she's in the box, but you never know. Until you've actually laid your eyes on it. But from the way they're piling up in front of it and going in it, I would say she's in there. Like always, I'm going to make sure before I move this box. Alright, I'm going to pop the top on this baby and we'll see see if she's in there. Show you how many bees is in this box. Look at that. When you got a swarm like this and you got them in the box, you're going to look for the queen. Always check the top of the box, because I have found them on the box like that. This extra frame I went and got a while ago has actually got honey on it. I've got to order some more equipment. I'm running out. The big thing's foundation. I got frames. and boxes. I got to build some more tops and some more bottoms, but foundation's something I got to get. Ooh. I'm glad I just looked at that frame real good, because I know she's not on there. That's the bad thing about dropping frames like that. If the queen's on there, you run a chance of killing her. I just seen her. There she is. She's not a great big queen, but she's a queen just the same. So there you go. Let me run through it. See if we got another queen in here, since that one's so small. Might be a virgin queen. There is another one. Let me go get some more queen clips right quick. Alrighty. We do have another queen in here. I lost track of her when I was trying to track down another queen clip. Now what I'm doing is I'm just tapping on the bees to make them move. And chances are, she's right there. Numero uno, two, or dos. Two queens. Let's keep looking. See if we run up on some more queens. The most queens I've ever caught or got in one swarm, I think, was 2 or 3. And we're already at the 2 mark, so we're tied with my record. I've heard of people getting up to 5 queens out of them. So probably what I'll end up doing, I'll actually split these in 2 separate nukes. I'll get 2 hives out of one swarm. This frame right here I got out of one of my bait boxes over there, and as you can tell, my bait boxes don't work very well because I've had 2 I know hive swarm this year, and neither one of them went to that box. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and split this hive off since it's so big, and I've got 2 queens here. So I'm going to shake some of these bees in a box I got over here that was off of a split that I did, or off of a cutout that I did that didn't survive. Take a few more bees off of this one and put them in that other box over there, and that's probably about half the bees because there's still a pretty good amount there in front of this one. Right there on top for right now. And as you can see, they're really going to her. That other one, we're not really fogging the her like that, so I'm not exactly sure what's going to be going on with it. So I'm going to do some more stuff to these, and when I get back, when I get them all wrapped up, I'll come back to you and tell you what's going on. Alright, so I've gone get me some rubber bands. I'm going to rubber band the queen to one of these frames. Like we always do. I normally got to the point where I was putting them on plastic frames, but it's getting so dark now. I'm going to go ahead and put her on this. I'm going to put her lower down on the frame, that way if it does tear the foundation up, it'll be lower down on the frame. When you put a queen clip on a frame like that, don't put the frames all the way back together, because she's only going to be in there for a couple days, maybe a day or 2. If you put them together too close, they can't get to her. So be mindful of that. I'm only going to put 3 frames in here since I've split this hive up a little bit. I'm probably going to end up picking this frame up and moving it, and putting that other hive over here that I've split it with. So because we still got a pretty good amount of bees hanging out over here on this pole, as you can see right there. So there's still some hanging out on the front of the hive. They hadn't committed on going in, and part of that's got to do with, if you leave the top off of it, the pheromones don't kick out like they should, or don't concentrate in the hive, and they don't blow them out as much. So the bees, takes them a little bit more time to commit to it. So we're going to wrap the video up with that. Hope everybody's doing good. If you got any questions about catching swarms or beekeeping in general, just leave them down there in the comments. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.